I'm Sarah Gillman. I'm the Chief Financial Officer at the Natural Resources Defense Council.
What would you say are your biggest challenges as a CFO at a nonprofit?
I think one of the hardest things, there's never, this is probably true everywhere, but we're always resource constrained, right? No matter the size of your budget, no matter how big or how small your organization is, you could always do with more, right? So we're often looking very, very carefully at finances. And one of the things I've learned over the years is trying to make that balance between when we're structuring reductions, how do we reduce across an organization, but not starve the areas that report to you directly. So how do we make sure we've got enough invested in finance? How do we make sure we've got enough invested in IT when it's not part of the mission? And when, as a CFO, my job is to make sure that we're spending wisely and effectively. So when I was a new CFO, I thought that I had to bear the cuts myself, and I didn't advocate on behalf of my department as effectively as other people did, because if I was asking, a staff of 1,000 to cut their expense base, I would have to do the same, if not more, myself in my departments that reported to me. So it's a balance between putting your institutional hat on, thinking about the institution as a whole versus thinking about the department that I have to advocate on behalf of. So I've come around to trying to do both and realizing that there's nobody who will ask for more, who will say we need to invest in finance and technology if it's not me. So that's been one of my big challenges. Getting through the market downturn in 2008 and 2009 hit the nonprofit sector pretty hard. So we were hit in our endowments went down, so our reserves went down and our returns went down, and that was a big hit to what we had to spend. And it was a time of great uncertainty. And so many of us fared okay through the downturn in terms of donations, but others did not. And the uncertainty and the volatility of that time period and its impact on both our assets and our debt really affected all of us. And being bold, you have to be bold. Sometimes you have to spend money to make money. And it's that balance of caution with the willingness to invest in new ideas. That's one of the challenges of being CFO, is how do you make sure that you are somehow doing that both. You can't starve an organization and expect it to succeed. On the other hand, you can't spend money that you don't have.